Good afternoon, good evening, good night, whatever it is, whenever it is that you're watching this. This is a special edition of Telegram, one that I promised you when we would get to 20 subscribers. Thank you for everyone that has subscribed to the channel. Never done this before. The only hope that I have is that somehow, in some way, shape, or form, we are able to inspire you to become a greater Christian, a greater husband, a greater wife, a greater individual for the cause of God. So today's special episode, and before we get into the special episode, I wanted to make another announcement, and that is when we get to 100 subscribers. I've never had this before, so it'd be awesome. But if we get to 100 subscribers, I'm going to do my first giveaway on this channel. What am I going to give away? You'll have to wait and see. But we will give that special gift away to the 100th subscriber to Telegram. And so without further ado, we wanted to share with you a thought on marriage and what has worked very well for us and what I would consider to be the secret of our marriage. So I'm going to let Hannah speak, and I'm going to let her share what she believes is the secret for her.
Well, I believe that, going through marriage, you always have difficult times and you have your ups and your downs. And one thing that has worked for us in our marriage is to have a strong relationship with God. Whenever Howard does something or doesn't do something that really bothers me, and maybe
Which happens a lot.
And maybe I've talked to him about it, and it's just we're not on the same page. I always just take it to God in prayer, and I say, Lord, I can't change him, you can, and if he doesn't need to be the one that needs to change, if I need to be the one that needs to change, show me. And usually it resolves itself that way through God's working.
And let me tell you real quick before she continues, and that's the reality that is one of the most dangerous things you can do as a couple, and that is pray for each other. There have been many a time that I have been 100% right in an argument that we have had. And then all of a sudden, my wife will pray and she'll ask God to enlighten me. And sure enough, lo and behold, in my morning devotions, as I'm running, as I'm lifting something, lifting weights, or whatever the case may be, and then all of a sudden, God will get a hold of my ear, yank my ear, and remind me of what I'm actually supposed to be doing. Prayer is powerful, especially in the context of marriage. Anything else?
Well, I'm sure there's many other things, but we were just going to talk about one secret.
But I think, that was her secret. For me, I think one of the secrets that really has helped our marriage, and that is communication. Being willing to communicate about difficult issues and happy times and sad times and frustrating times, or whatever the case may be. Communication is very, very key in marriage, along with prayer. So, in essence, we can summarize what we talked about as our secrets for our marriage as number one, having a relationship with God. That's key. That's number one. That has to be well established in your family. Number two, prayer. Prayer for each other and prayer in those times that are difficult and those times that are challenging. And number three, communication. Obviously communication with God, but communication with each other. Taking that time, taking a date night, going to Walmart, going to Taco Bell, wherever it is that you can afford or wherever it is that you can go, and taking that time to be together is going to help your marriage, strengthen your marriage, encourage your kids, inspire your kids, and by the grace of God, change the world. Anything else before we say goodbye?
Summed it up nicely.
All right, and so until the next time, this is Pastor Tello reminding you that thoughts do change lives.